Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report. I'm dropping this one like an early morning 2-minute drill. I'll lay out the real headline inside Allen Park. Translate coordinator insights into on-field adjustments you can spot on Sunday. Show you why one young defender has officially arrived. Explain how that changes our personnel math with the cornerback room banged up. And close with the move I think puts Detroit over the top. No spoilers up front, ride with me to the end. For the full picture and my verdict, I'll start where the season actually turned, leadership on defense. Linebackers coach Kelvin Shepard isn't just coaching technique. He's building governance. He meets weekly with our green dot middle linebacker to run through call sheets. Second and medium tendencies, how the nickel fits when motion flips strength, and why certain pressures are tagged for certain formations. That's not a courtesy. That's installing a quarterback for the defense. It means when helmet comes cut out or when offenses sprint to the line to steal a look, our guy can call it, sell it, and hold teammates accountable because he understands the why, not just the what. Own the defense. That's the standard now. And because process matters, the tape is finally matching the promise. The middle linebacker is playing like a top-tier field general, stacking run fits with violence and patience, closing outside in on stretch before the back can bounce, and taking away the glance route with better landmark discipline. In coverage, you can see the growth by how comfortable he is carrying seams, passing off crossers, and attacking screens before the convoy sets. Pass rush reps are no longer hope shots. They're timed, leverage, and game plan specific long arm through the guard on 3rd and 6. Loop late when the back releases hot. This is what a rival looks like. Not one splash play, but repeatable answers. Veteran presence next to him still matters, and I'm giving Alex Anzalone his flowers. The man plays honest football. Alignment is clean. Eyes are right. He communicates, and he's become a sneaky good zone defender who closes windows on rhythm throws. That pairing one linebacker peeking into stardom and one delivering steady, smart work changes what Aaron Glenn can call. With trust in linebacker coverage, you don't have to live in nickel just to survive second down. You can stay in base with heavier bodies on the field and still defend play action because your second level doesn't panic when the ball disappears behind the mesh dot now. Layering context. The cornerback room has been through it. When attrition hits your outside guys, the easy reaction is to panic in the 5 DBs on every snap. Instead, Detroit has leaned into what it can control fit to run with base, muddy quick game with creepers, and ask the second level to play coverage like a fourth defensive back without sacrificing thump. Watch the tails on Sundays, simulated pressure from odd fronts, mucked gaps that fall out at the snap, and late rotations that bait quarterbacks to throw into match zones already closing. If you've noticed fewer free access slants and more contested hitches, that's the plan doing work. Let me crystallize the why with 3 simple pictures. First picture, 2nd and 5 versus condensed split. Offenses want to hit the glance behind your linebackers. Our mic now opens with depth, squeezes the window, and forces the quarterback to hitch. That extra beat lets the edge win and the backside drive downhill. Second picture, perimeter screens. Instead of drifting, our linebackers trigger through the block, take inside leverage, and force the ball to the cavalry. Gains of 8 are becoming gains of 2. Third picture, power and counter. We're spilling properly again, wrong-arming the kickout so the ball bounces to help, and the pursuit angle from the backer stack is cutting off cutbacks. That's fundamentals plus governance. All of this affects roster strategy in a very real way. Rookie deals at premium positions are gold bars, and the mic is one of them. With 2 more seasons of team control after this year, you not only get Pro Bowl level play at a manageable number, you also get cap flexibility to address stress points without cannibalizing your core. That's how you survive injuries and still upgrade where it matters in December and January. It's also why patience beats panic at the deadline. When your linebackers are among the league's best in run defense and holding their own in coverage. You don't have to overpay for a short-term patch at corner unless the player's a true multiplier. Coordinator takeaways back this up. On defense, the staff is comfortable toggling between base and nickel by opponent, not by fear. They'll roll with 4-2-5 against teams that can punish seams, then pivot to 4-3 on early downs against gap schemes that want to bully downhill. On money downs, you'll see more creeper pressures for rushers, but from unexpected spots to protect a thinned-out secondary while still closing the pocket. The hidden gem is how much better the second unit communication is. Check the body language pre-snap. Hands up, calls echoed, eyes scanning. This group looks aligned. I want to put a spotlight on development, because that's the Brad Holmes hallmark. You can't hit every pick, but the Lions are stacking year 2 and year 3 leaps. The rookie corner room is taking lumps, yes, but watch the processing speed. Spacing in match quarters is cleaner, top-down leverage is more consistent, and they're starting to squeeze sideline routes without giving up the inside. Up front, rotational linemen are winning more first-move reps, letting the backers play downhill instead of catching guards at depth. It's small stuff until it adds 9 points of defensive DVOA by Thanksgiving. Offensively, the symbiosis is obvious. When your defense can stay heavier without bleeding explosives, Ben Johnson, and now the current offensive brain trust, can slow the game down on his terms. More 12 personnel, condensed splits to help the run game, motion that steals tails from the safety, and play action that moves second-level eyes even when the box is honest. The result is complementary football. Fewer 3-and-outs protect the corners. Longer drives set up the pass rush with a scoreboard. And the fourth quarter becomes a teaching tape on how to turn a one-score game into a kneel down. Let's talk identity, because December football demands one. Detroit's defensive identity right now is clarity. Stop the run with structure, earn 3rd and long, and finish with controlled chaos. The middle linebacker is the tone. He doesn't just make tackles. He sets rules for everybody else. Edges pinch when he says pinch. Safeties trigger off his depth, and the line slants when he IDs the back's heels. When that hub is confident, you feel it in the stadium. The crowd locks in on 2nd down. The pass rush arrives a half-second earlier. That's not superstition. That's synchronization. I'll be honest about the remaining gaps. Explosive plays still happen when we miss leverage on the perimeter or when a young corner bites. A double move without a post safety to cap it. Tackling angles after long drives can fray, especially against backs who turn arm tackles into 15 yards. Zooming back out to the personnel board, here's the simple framework I'm using. If the right veteran corner becomes available at a price that doesn't gut 2026 flexibility, you listen. If a rotational interior rusher who can dent pockets on 3rd down hits the wire, you act. Compressed pockets are the best friend a battered secondary can have. But the days of hot glue roster building are over. This team is good enough to be selective because its linebackers now cover, communicate, and create. Optionality is a weapon when you aren't bleeding out somewhere else. Now comes the moment I promised to clear. Clean heartbeat beneath all this. The Detroit Lions have a defensive superstar who has officially arrived in the middle of the field. And that arrival changes the way this team can win in November and January. With Shepard's weekly boardroom meetings translating directly to Sundays, with veteran steadiness next to him, and with a scheme that trusts base without handing over free yards, the Lions can ride a top-shelf second level while the corner room gets right. That's not hype. That's structure. Before I close, I want your voice on record because this channel is built on informed fans. Would you roll with more base on early downs to protect the corner room and keep that second level on the field? Or would you push for an aggressive nickel identity even if it means putting more stress on young DBs? If a trade presents itself, do you prioritize a veteran outside corner, a 3rd down interior rusher, or do you stand pat and trust the coaching gains? Drop your plan below archetype, snap share, and how it fits the current rules of engagement. I'm pinning the smartest cap-savvy answer. My final read. Direct and professional. Detroit's defense stopped searching for itself the moment its Mike owned the huddle. With governance, communication, and violent, correct football in the middle, the Lions aren't just surviving injuries, they're learning how to dictate games again. The move from good to great is incremental and intentional. And right now, this team has both the personnel discipline and the scheme flexibility to make it real down the stretch if this breakdown helps. You see what's really changing on the field. Lock in with me, subscribe, hit like, and turn on notifications. I'll keep you ahead of the curve with quick updates during the week and deeper film room pieces after games. Right here on Lions News Fan Report. We're building a community that understands why Detroit wins, not just when.